In this video I will be servicing this vintage Delbana, a Swiss brand, today not rather known, rather not existing, pretty scratchy piece, but if you are interested, if you would like to join the journey about this watch service, stay with me. My name is Sebastian and welcome back on Ticking Watch. You will see here a full watch movement service video, so step by step I will show you everything from the beginning till the end. So inside this Delbana watch we have a Felsa movement that seems to be in quite good condition. We can see that the balance is moving freely, so let's take it out. We have a steel ring. Now I have to lose this screw to take out the winding stem. Okay, now I can take out the movement from the case. Oh, the dial is in pretty good condition. The hands, well, the question is, are these original hands? I don't know, I don't have any spare, so they will have to stay. But the dial is quite okay. Typical vintage style. I like this. So nowadays you can buy new watches in this style, so in these colors. So it started to begin again very popular and trendy. Let's take off the dial. It's held by these two screws. Okay, that's the movement from the upper side. Pretty simple construction, keyless work. Okay, let's place the movement in the movement holder and I can start the disassembly. And here we have the case, is in pretty scratchy, but the crystal I can replace. It has a crack, so we have to find something new. I think I have something. So let's start the disassembly, the strip down of the movement. I always starting with the balance and with the balance jewel. That's my method. You can start it or you can do this disassembly in a different order. But I think this one is the most safest way, because the balance wheel has a very thin pivots and they can break very easily. So a good idea is to remove them first. Here the balance wheel a little bit stuck. And under the pallet cock we can see the caliber of the movement, so F like Felsa and 465N. That's the caliber of this Felsa movement. Here was still a little bit tension on the spring. I'm not expecting too much from this movement because it's pretty old, and yeah, I'm really happy that it is working. It isn't in the case, especially the case, the watch case isn't in a very good condition. So in the future I think I will have to find some spare or maybe learn how to make a nickel plating or chrome plating. That would be also a nice idea. I saw many videos about that on YouTube, so it shouldn't be very complicated. I will see. Okay, the wheel breech. Here I can see that the oils are pretty old because the wheels stuck to the bridge. Some patina on the wheels. So the watch didn't see service from a very long time. I'm pretty sure for ages. But if you are a beginner, anyway, this movement is built pretty simply. So if you've done some movement already, you can also try this one. Okay, I promise you a few words about Delbana and this brand. So what I could find in internet, and of course you can do your own search and find probably more information, but this is what I could find. So the founder of Delbana watch company was Goliardo della Balda. He came from San Marino to Grenchen in Jura Mountains in Switzerland in 1920s, and about 10 years, so 1 decade, he was producing watches for different brands, and in 1931 he decided to set up his own watch brand, and he named this watch the new watch company, a Delbana watch company. This word Delbana comes from his surname, so Della Balda. The logo of the company is strongly connected with the flag of the Republic of San Marino, so the place where he comes from. From the information that I could find, it seems that the best years for Delbana watch company were 50s and 60s, 20th century, where they produced more than 100,000 watches per year, so quite decent amount. And it seems the factory or the brand still exists and they still have their own collection. Okay, the disassembly is finished. That's the mainspring, doesn't look very well, but okay, should do their job. Now the cleaning in an ultrasonic cleaner. Doesn't sounds nicely. And after the ultrasonic cleaning, after the cleaning in the watch cleaning solution, I clean always the parts in a IPA or isopropanol. Of course, do not clean in isopropanol the pellet fork and the balance wheel because of the shellac. Yeah, and then we can start the assembly of the watch. Okay, but let's finish the story about Delbana watch. In the description down below you can find a link to their internet page, and they have quartz watches and also mechanical watches in a very traditional vintage style, and also many others like dive watches, dress watches, lady watches. On some internet auction, when the Delbana watch is in quite good condition, it can cost you more than $100, and after full restoration you have to count about $200. So as a vintage pieces, they are quite valuable. Okay, that was the short story about Delbana. If you know something more, feel free and write this in the description down below. Okay, let's come back to our service. So already I have the center wheel on place, now the barrel, and the next step will be the train wheels. So I'm starting with the escape wheel. So enjoy this part, and we have here some relaxing music on the background. So let's play it a little bit louder and enjoy this part. With the bridge is always a little bit tricky, so please be careful here. Okay, because we have to place all the pivots in the jewels. This Felsa movement has 3 capstones. That's very good, because the capstones gives an accuracy to the watch, and probably when the watch was new it was pretty accurate. It was affordable brand, the Delbana, but the watches were pretty decent timepieces. And they also were having nice style, some loom, so they were quite practical timepieces and reliable timepieces. This one is older than 50 years and is still working pretty well. Okay, let's move on. The ratchet wheel. So anyway, this watch fully deserved for its Swiss-made watch. Here this screw, I make here a mistake. This screw is actually from the setting lever spring. Later I discovered this because the screw for the ratchet wheel is more polished on its surface. You will see this later. You can compare this when the watch will be almost finished. Let's finish this side. Here remember, this wheel is always having, in most cases, in most watch brands, a left threaded screw. Okay, now the top side, and I'm beginning here with the canyon pinion. And then the keyless work. Not too many parts here, the parts are quite good, they fit perfect to its place. I always like to service such movements. It's a pleasure to do them. No rust here, very good movement. Sometimes maybe here was a little bit too much oil. The yoke. And this is the yoke spring. And this is the setting lever spring. And here the screw is the right screw. Some grease. And let's check the function. Also some grease here. And now let's check if it is working. Okay, it's fine. Now the balance jewel. With Inca block. They are very easy to maintain. And I I think the spring and the balance jewel are gold plated because they are still very shiny. Although they are over 50 years old. I'm guessing here, but I think they are. What this movement is. Okay, pellet fork. Let's place the pellet fork on place. Doesn't look here very gently, but believe me, it's working. Here under the pellet fork we can see on the bridge F with numbers 465. That's the caliber of Felsa movement. But Delbana was also having in its many timepieces an AS movement, which are also very good and very accurate. Okay, let's wind a little bit and let's check it. Okay. I don't know about you, but I'm happy about it. Let's install the balance wheel and let's find out the truth of this service. Okay. Okay, and it started to work, so very good sign. We cannot celebrate now because we have still some work to do. But anyway, the movement is working and this Delbana watch with 17 joules seems to be on a good track. Okay. So now we'll be very quick because not too many parts left. Only the dial, we can recase the movement and actually everything is finished. So let's move on. Okay, the dial. Of course we have to tighten this screw or tighten the dial. Now the hands. The hands doesn't look very well. But anyway, I will keep this old scratchy style of this watch. I'm pretty happy about the dial. Of course, I have to replace the crystal. Here I have the spare. Recasing. And here you have it. So that was the episode, the story about the Delbana watch service with Felsa movement. I hope you enjoyed this video. So if you like it, click the thumb up. If you didn't, click the thumb down, but then tell me why you didn't like it. See my other videos and I will catch you in my next video. Thanks for watching, take care and bye bye.